Oh my gosh. Okay. So just as we roll the dice, we have 3, 1, 5, 4. 3, 1, 5, 4. 3 means balance, body, mind, and spirit, the Holy Trinity. 1 is about independence. 5, which means change, and 4, which means stability. So this is about concerns about balance between body, mind, and spirit. Or this could be an issue regarding past, present, future. Because three means Trinity. 3 means heaven, earth, and hell. It could be past, present, future. It could be body, mind, and spirit. But I feel like in this message, this is more like you having concerns or having concerns about the body, mind, and spirit. So you feel like there's an imbalance between your body, your mind, and your spirit. So that means maybe you are fulfilled physically, but you're not really fulfilled internally. And because you're maybe like, or maybe it could be reversed, like it could be like you're fulfilled energetically, you're fulfilled internally, but externally, physically, you're not. So there is it's not really like this is a concern. This is having awareness of you wanting to have a balance, a sense of balance in your life, to achieve some kind of independence from something. You want to prove to yourself that you can do it. And because one means first, one means after the 0. So that means the first digit after the nothingness. So that means maybe you are a trailblazer. You are the first in the family who could do this. Excuse me. And maybe there is a call for, I feel like this is like 3154 in the dice. And 3154 could be read as like, there is a call for a sense of balance between the past, present, future, because you feel like you're the trailblazer, you're the first in the family who could do this. That's why you're kind of in need of a change, because you know that when you do this change, you will have a sense of stability, generational. Because four could four could mean a Saturnian stability. So when we say Saturnian, how do you call it? Saturnian stability. I mean, that means like Capricorn. When you ask a Capricorn about stability, what does that mean? So that means like your career, job, having that sense of stability in terms of physical possessions and power. That means you have a sense of power over everyone, not in a bad way, but you kind of have like the charisma of a CEO, for example. You have the boss type energy. You have this kind of like you want to achieve that kind of level of success, you could say, because for a Capricorn, for Saturnian definition of success, or the definition of success is like you can buy your things, you can buy whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, because you have a car, you have a house, stable car, good car. You can provide for your family. You have money to provide for your family. You have everything that you need to secure the future of your family, of your children, of your next generation, and so on. So as of now, you are at the state where you don't really feel a sense of balance between your body, mind, and spirit. So that means like maybe you're working in a job, but you don't really feel the satisfaction emotionally. You don't feel the satisfaction in your job emotionally and spiritually. So you're craving for that something. You're craving for that something that will fulfill you to achieve the Holy Trinity. So that means like to fulfill like satisfaction of the mind. So that means like you can really exercise your fullest intellectual capability to do something, to achieve something, a project, let's say a job, let's say you're a self-employed individual, and or you wanting to be a self-employed individual, and right now you are a banker, for example. So, and because you are a banker, you your the physical aspect of success is there. Like you can buy your car, you can buy your home, or maybe you can pay for loans. You can have loans because you have a stable income, you have good shufa score or good credit standing, for example. You can't really say that you can move from one place to another easily, because maybe you're not really at best, or not yet at the pinnacle of your financial success. Let's say you're just earning enough. So it's not really like you can move easily or whatever, but you're stable. You have a sense of stability. But then internally, your spirit is not really there in the job, or it's not really there in in the world where you are right now. And because you don't feel really the sense of, you're not really in spiritually present to whatever you're doing right now, that means like some kind of imbalance. And because of the imbalance, this is kind of keeping you stuck, keeping you, like I said, like imbalance. Like you kind of feel like you're not really at your fullest self. You're really not in the best of yourself, because you can't really exercise the fullest capability of your abilities, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, because you're stuck in something that is not really for you. And then what is in your heart right now, what is really unsaid, is you want to find it on your own. You want to find it on your own. So that means like you want to feel some kind of sense of independence from something, from this thing, and explore. There is a calling for you to explore, or there is a whisper, like it's like a little whisper in your heart where you feel like you wanted to explore on your own. You want to like expand your knowledge, expand your spirit, or expand your body. So you want to go solo onto something. It doesn't have to be really like you go hermit and all, full hermit mode, but it's like, although you're in a group of people, let's say, but you still want to feel that sense of independence. For example, like you want to travel, you're not really alone, because you're not really like isolated in the airport. You're surrounded by people, or you're in a beach, you're still surrounded by people, but you have this sense of independence, that you did it, that you went there, you went on the plane, you flew alone, or you rode the bus alone, you went to the store alone. So it's like challenging. There is like a feeling inside you that's boiling, wherein you feel like you wanted to challenge yourself, challenge your spirit, because you feel stuck and unhappy in wherever you are now, because the brain understands it as unhappiness, but deep within you, your brain isn't really able to, especially if you're not really aware of your emotions, if you don't know your emotions, or if you grew up in abusive or narcissistic abusive homes, it's really hard to determine your emotions. And if this is your case, then it's really better to ask for a therapist, or like seek therapy, talk to yourself, talk to your trusted people and all, because it's really hard to process things, especially emotions, especially if you came from a family where it's really imperfect, where you don't really find reasons where you can, let's say, like, find yourself, find your ground, find your center, because it's really just so broken and destroyed, let's say. But if you're someone who can say, okay, I'll do it, I think I can handle it. So, like, this is like a sense of, like, this is like a calling for you to explore something about yourself. And that means change in a creative way, unique way. And maybe this is like a tower moment. I see the tower in my mind's eye, and this is like a change for the better, because 3154 in the dice, 3154 means like this is your way to prosperity. I mean, like Saturnian way, like healthy Saturnian way, where you have your physical, spiritual success, and energetic, emotional success. But not until you're willing to open for change, not until you finally acknowledge the imbalance, the sense of imbalance that you're feeling right now. And if you're not really willing to go forward alone, spiritually and energetically, then it will be really hard for you to find that one thing, or maybe several things that you think and feel that is right for you. And yeah, so I don't let's see what else the spirit has for us. By the way, if you're curious about my dice, these are just ordinary dice. This is glass dice, okay, and this is wood, out of wood. So that's out of wood, and this is plastic, just plastic and wood. Okay, so, and if you're wondering why I'm using dice for reading, this is like numerology. And numerology, if you know numerology, this is a study of numbers, where the numbers give you meanings, and you can derive meanings from numbers. And that's how we came up with the message first, wherein this like need for you to find a sense of balance, because when you find a sense of balance, will you find the sense of stability for yourself and for your loved ones. And let's see what we have. I also have this cards, you could say, little blocks in here. Oops. And see, these are the houses. Houses means in astrology, these are like where the aspects of you that this could occur. I mean, is it really like career? Is it really personal? Or maybe is it about sense of self, or because houses, there are 12 houses in astrology, okay? 12 houses. First house, like house of self, then house of possessions, house of communication, then you have house of home, house of creativity, house of service and help and service, and then you have house of death and regeneration. You then have house of partnership, house of mental exploration. You also have house of public recognition, career, and you also have the house of the unconscious, sorrows and wishes. So let's see what will come out. So which house do you think? Ninth house. Ninth house, this is where like your mental exploration and your long distance travel. So this is like, yeah, like encouraging you. It's just confirming what we just talked about earlier. Like if you really, since you feel like you find yourself in a sense of imbalance between your body, mind, and spirit right now, because primarily you feel a sense of imbalance because you're not really happy with where you are right now. And because you're not really happy with where you are now, then there is a call for you to go solo in a way where you can find yourself, explore yourself, and you don't have to necessarily quit your job right now. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you have a chance to, let's say you have never tried to go to the library alone. Why don't you do that? Why don't you give it a try and go to the library and buy a book alone? Like, you go solo sometimes. Like, it's not really necessarily that you go, like I said before, like you don't have to necessarily go full hermit mode like I did. Okay? And if, especially if you're not really willing to go to that extreme where surviving 6 years of hermit mode. So it's not what I'm saying, but if it's really like, okay, this is what you like to do, then okay, fine, it's your choice. But what I'm saying right now is like, give yourself a chance to breathe from social interactions. And there's nothing wrong with being social butterfly. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you give yourself a chance to get to know yourself. And because by knowing yourself even more and deeper, then you will find the answers that you're looking for. Let's say if you feel unhappy right now because of your job, but maybe the job is just the cherry on top. There's something more, layers of it that needed attention and recognition and acknowledgement from you. And to do that, you need to be alone. Like, you need to be alone to pray, to meditate. You need to be alone to reconnect with nature, walk alone in the nature, experience Mother Gaia alone. That's what I did. Like, I really missed it. Like these days, I really missed going really long walks, and experience Mother Gaia's experience and gifts and miracles and blessings on the street. And I really miss that. I'm still like mentally, physically trying to work on that habit, because right now I'm working on that. So it's just an example, okay? It's just an example of like the little things that you can do to bring out change. It doesn't have to be drastic change. Like, sense of change is uncomfortable, big and small change. But the only constant thing in this world is change. So that's one thing that we also have to recognize. And once we know or give ourselves the chance to breathe from social interactions, opinions of other people, and just listen to ourselves for little brief moment, then maybe we can find answers to how we can proceed to the change, how we can move forward to the change. And maybe then by knowing how to change, where to move forward through the change that you desire to have, or what change is acceptable or bearable for you, then you will find a sense of stability. Sense of stability in whatever definition you have. So, and what I have here is gentle growth. Like I said, it doesn't have to be really like drastic change. Like just give yourself a gentle care. Just like how you care for any child. You can't force a baby to do something that you want the baby to do, because this is a baby. The baby's like, they're cute and they're so like fluffy and soft. Like, you can't be rough on them, right? So, and the same thing with you. Like, you, maybe if this is the first time you found this video, and if you this is the first time that you met me and listen to this message, it's really and then you realize that, yeah, that's me, and you're absolutely talking about me. Then it's not like, oh, I will have to change right now. Then it's really have to, like, I really have to do something on myself, then blah 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 da 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 da. No, like, this is like just allowing yourself to acknowledge it. 3154. Okay, so 3154 today, it's like calling us, you and me, to listen to our mind, body, and spirit. What are our thoughts? Just watch our thoughts and listen to what your heart and soul are saying. And then listen to your body. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Are you tired? Are you exhausted? Are you sleepy? Then your mind, what knowledge do I want to acquire, expand, or throw away? I mean, like, it's like also like what I call decluttering, mental decluttering, where you just weigh the things, the thoughts that's popping out of your mind, and just know and acknowledge and be aware of your thoughts, because they say the thoughts will become your words, because your unconscious thoughts will become your actions. Once you don't really, if you're not really aware of what you're thinking, then there's a higher chance that you might do that very thing that you don't actually want to do. So that's why there is really a need for us to go, like, find ways to find a sense of balance, like what I'm doing today. Like right now, like, I could proceed, my mind is in the adrenaline rush, like I could proceed to another reading, and I could do another reading over and over again. But I also have to recognize that I have to eat. So therefore I have to pause from filming, then I have to cook and all. And emotionally, how can I balance my emotions then? Like, do I feel anxious? Do I feel happy? Do I feel content? Do I feel angry? Then if I feel angry, then if I feel anxious, I have to ask myself why. It's like, let your mind meet your heart and soul. Like, they don't have to be disconnected. Like, your mind, body, and soul don't have to be disconnected. Like, you can talk to yourself out loud. Allow yourself to hear what you're talking to yourself. And if you think like this doesn't sound good, then it's time to change the inner thought, the inner dialogue. I mean, it's time to change the way we talk to ourselves. It's time to change the way we talk to others, because only when we change the way we talk to ourselves will we change the way we talk to others. Because what you say reflects who you are. You don't have to explain yourself who you are. Just allow the people to observe how you talk, and that's who you are. Whatever you say, gossip, ideas, whatever. If you like to gossip, if you love to lie, then that's you. no matter what you say, like, oh, I'm not doing this and all, but just look at the way you choose your words. Look at the way you talk to people. Look at the way you talk to your husband. Look at the way you talk to a manager. Look at the way you talk to a chancellor. Look at the way you talk to a janitor. Is there any difference? Is it egoic? Then you will know it's egoic because there is like some hierarchy. Like if you know that this is really you, because the way you talk to the manager, the way you talk to your husband, the way you talk to your child, the way you talk to your sister will be the same or similar at least. Of course, there's some, how do you call that, office dynamics and office etiquette and all. So, but the way you handle things, it's not like plastic, and it's not like inauthentic. So, you know what I'm saying? I hope that you understand what I'm trying to say today. And I hope that you will find some sense of exploration within yourself, and you don't have to necessarily travel, and like you don't have to necessarily travel to places and all, but if you can, then it's encouraged. Like you go solo explore and adventure and explore the mountains, the jungle, whatever, like whatever you can do to explore yourself in your own way. So I hope that this message resonates with you, and I hope that you enjoy spending time with me. And before you leave, I'm inviting you to get a copy of my upcoming LGBT book. Yep. I'm inviting you to get a copy of my LGBT book, Strokes of Desire, Cult of Eros #1, which will be out this coming December 31. And it's coming soon on ebook stores worldwide. And this is a product of my shadow work. So if you're curious about how the story will be, and the result of how, like, if you're curious about the result of my shadow work, then you can get a copy of this book. Not because, like, maybe you like some nice entertaining story, but at least, like, you can say, wow, you wrote something out of your pain. So this is how I basically turn my pain into power, because I allowed myself to find a sense of balance between my mind, my body, and my soul. My soul is screaming for this, and my body wants to eat. So, and please don't forget to visit my website, mgaspary.substack.com. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. And I love you, and take care of yourself just as I love and care for myself. And that will be all for today. And thank you for spending time with me. It's been a while since the last tarot reading, the last oracle reading, and I really love to do this again. And yeah, thank you, and thank you for spending your time with me in this Sagittarius full moon. And if you're using the lunar the lunar reflection method, you can feel free to share them in the comments below, and we can talk about that too. And if you're interested in such stuff, you can go to my website and know more about me and what I do. Yeah. So I guess that will be all. And thank you for everything, for your time. And yeah, see you in the next one. Cheers.